All right, looks like we're live. Let's make sure it's going out okay on the old YouTubes. Sounds good. Alrighty. So I'm learning how to use this Discord thing. This is apparently what you damn kids that won't get off my lawn are doing. Some fan set up a Discord for the Bechtloff show, which I greatly appreciate. It's touching anybody gives a shit about this show and wants to do that. But like I'm going through here, it's actually there's like channels. I didn't even realize. I was just posting in the general part of it. But somebody set up redhead not safe for work pics. That's lovely. Redhead safe for work pics. Serious talk, which nobody fucking one person commented in there and said, I love how no one has posted it all in this. Comic shit, vidya, retard sex. I gotta say the general was pretty cool. I just kind of I joined it and I kept forgetting it existed. So I was going through it today. People posting a lot of good shit in here. I should probably pay more attention to it. I posted a couple of pictures that were from it. Somebody found this pic of a really cool Bulbasaur statue. Somebody went and made a Pinochet Bulbasaur little edit. I threw it up on the Gab and the Facebook and all that. Somebody says, what are you going to talk about? You were just on Matt's channel. Yeah, I was just on Forney's channel. I don't know, though. It just felt like streaming. How about we talk about how Mundane Matt's a piece of shit? We could talk about that. Because holy shit, Mundane Matt is a piece of shit. So I kind of followed Mundane Matt during Gamergate. I didn't really watch a lot of his videos, but, I followed him on Twitter, and I think everybody liked him because there was a perception that everybody liked him. It was that sort of, self-fulfilling prophecy. It's sort of the inverse of how nobody votes for a third-party candidate because nobody votes for a third-party candidate. Everybody subscribed to Mundane Matt because everybody subscribed to Mundane Matt, but there was never any there. And it's weird. His voice sounded like I would have imagined from his voice that he was like a young, skinny, fucking 18, 19-year-old. But no, he's a fat fucking 30-year-old. It looks like Kevin Smith minus the charm that Kevin Smith used to have. Fuck Mundane Matt. Oh, recently, Mundane Matt, by the way, he's still on Twitter because, of course, he's never going to be fucking banned off Twitter because he's never going to be dangerous enough to be fucking banned off Twitter. Maybe he'd end up being made an example of if he really, really broke the rules. But it would never be something like what happened to Milo, or hell, not to suck my own dick, but what happened to me. Where they just threw you off. Fuck it, because truly the name Mundane Matt, it could not be more appropriate. But he is desperate to get that fucking blue check mark on Twitter. And I don't understand why. Because at least when I was on Twitter, it's been a few months. Maybe it's changed. But when I was on Twitter, all the shitheads were the ones with blue check marks generally. Some exceptions. But generally, the blue check marks were the shithead squad. I don't know why you want to be in on that. But he is desperate. To the point where after the school shooting, he tweeted at support something along the lines of like, you should give me a blue check mark because people are going to accuse me of being the school shooter like Sam Hyde. How that would even stop first of all, no one's going to do that because no one gives a shit about you, Matt. But how that would stop that from happening in the first place is beyond me. He just wanted to stand on some not even cold dead bodies yet to try and reach his fucking blue check mark. Yeah. That blue check mark's on too high of a shelf. So he thought, maybe if I stack up these freshly murdered dead bodies, I can reach it. Another hypocrisy a lot of people pointed out is that he not only doesn't believe Pizzagate, which, okay, fine, you don't believe it, but he makes fun of people who believe it. He basically thinks you're completely discredited if you thought there was ever anything to that, Meanwhile, the Steele dossier about how Trump supposedly peed on a prostitute or whatever dumb shit it was, he thought that was fucking gospel. He was, oh, this needs to be taken seriously. We need to look into this. He's just a hypocritical shitlib normie piece of shit. Somebody says Lee what was his name again? Lee Emmy died. Ermy died. Sorry. The drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket. He was in a bunch of other things, basically playing that same character. He was in a Michael Keaton movie, not Michael Keaton, Michael J. Fox movie in the mid-90s called The Frighteners. It was pretty good. He basically played that exact character, that drill sergeant character, only a ghost. Frighteners is a pretty decent movie. Nobody talks about it. But yeah, back to the topic at hand. Fuck Mundane Matt. You know what? Mundane Matt, he's a keen example, and so many of these anti-SJW. I don't think Mundane Matt calls himself a skeptic, but he's in that crowd of, the Mundane Matts and the shoe on heads and shit like that. They're like the new cool kids table at fucking YouTube, and part of why they hate the blood sports guys is because that's just it's a new popular cool kids table that's popping up that they are very much not a part of and do not have the wit or the balls to hang with. Like, yeah, those people can appear to be really, really witty when they're making fun of degenerate fucking blue hair SJWs. But as we saw with like Sargon, when they're debating somebody like Mike Enoch, for example, or Spencer, and anybody who watched my show knows I'm hardly a fan of either Enoch or Spencer, but both of them are leagues above a midwit like fucking Sargon. They want to form this cool kids table. Andy Worski was talking about this, about how Blair White snubbed him and shit like that. Which I'm not going to get into, but Blair White was a shitbag because they're the cool kids table, and they are all so fake. If you can't advance their shitty little joke of a career, you're nothing to them. Okay, and all the fans of these people think that they are in the cool kids table by following these people, and you're not. You're not. Okay, there's a big old club, and you're not a part of it, as George Carlin used to say. Blair White doesn't give a shit about his fans. Hate when I fucking slip up like that. Blair White doesn't give a shit about his fans. Neither does Mundane Matt. Neither do any of these fucking people. These people are hollow vessels. They have sold nearly every shred of their soul. And not even for that much at the end of the day. It's very similar to what happened with the Channel Awesome crowd. These were a bunch of nerds who suddenly got to form their own cool kids table, and they became worse monsters than the cool kids ever were. So, I don't follow Monday Matt. Don't subscribe to Monday Matt. If you're on Twitter, fuck with him on Twitter. But other than that, don't even acknowledge that fucking fat parasitic piece of shit exists. Let's see. I see Luke on Twitter. I'm going to invite Luke into this stream. I know he's kind of taking a day off, but if he wants to hop in, he can. Let's see. People talking about the Army. Let's go through the old Discord here. Let's see. Going through the old Discord. Oh yeah, the Baked Alaska thing. So, um, Baked Alaska went all. I talked about this on Matt's stream, but Baked Alaska went like super cut. I gotta fix this fucking chair. It squeaks too loud. Very unprofessional show. But Baked Alaska went really fucking cucked lately, and apparently it's because this he's sort of he's like trying to impress this chick that he's beta orbiting around, but I mean she's dating someone else. I mean he's so fucking cucked. He's such a cuck he doesn't even get to watch, you know. But there was a really good thing on Cronus' channel about Baked getting his shit pushed in by Medicare. So he says everyone follows Mundane Matt for about a month and realizes he's full of shit and leaves. And that's the thing. That's why his subscriber count is through the fucking roof, but his view counts are shit. In fact, let's look this up right now. Let's take a look at what his view count is based compared to his subscriber count. Okay, so Mundane Matt, here we go. He is at 161 subscribers. I would have thought more. I would have thought closer to 1 million, to be honest. Oh no, that's right. He got his 100,000 subscriber button and he cried about it like a bitch and shit like that. Okay, so 100,000, 161,000 subscribers. 161,000 subscribers. Okay, so we're going to go look at his most recent videos. He has a state of the channel video from 17 hours ago that is at 5,000 views. He has Mom Arrested for Feeding Toddler THC-Laced Mac and Cheese video from a day ago that is at 5.9 thousand. DHS wants to create database of journalists video from 2 days ago that is at 5,000 views. And these are just rough views, so let's take a look at the exact views on this. 5,006 views. Okay, and then and I shouldn't even have clicked on it because I gave the cocksucker a view. School arms 500 teachers with bats as a deterrent. This is at 4.1 views from 2 days ago. 4.1K, I'm sorry. 4.1 thousand views. Okay, now here's a couple that are actually pretty high here. So we got one from 2 days ago. Susan, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Susan something or another, doesn't understand how to improve. Whatever. I'm not clicking on it. 10,000 views. Bully Hunters is a bad joke video. 22,000 views. Now that's a important not important. That's a trending topic. What's another one that's big? Okay, we got one that's 11,000 views from 4 days ago. Super popular BLM Facebook page. Out It Is Fake. Nikki Benz sues Brazier for sexual battery is at 20,000 views. These are some of the higher ones. Okay, so we got one here from 5 days ago at 18,000 views. Okay, so we got 10,000 views for one from a week ago. Okay, here's one. David Hogg goes after Arby's for some reason. Is at 150,000 views. All right. That's so far way up there with his highest. We got one 14,000 views, 11,000, 19, 18, 53K. For Nickelodeon fires controversial producer Dan. See, when he hits the really, really trending topics, it seems like he can get a high view count. But you know what? Let's do a little math. Let's whip out. I got my phone on me. Yeah, I got a calculator on me. Okay, so let's just take some of the highest. Let's see. Okay, we got. How do I want to do this? I mean, this is all arbitrary. You know, I'm not doing a complete average, but let's take a few of the higher ones from the past couple days, shall we? Okay, so let's say 22. plus 150 plus 20 plus what was another one that was in there? Hang on. Shit. I don't want to add a bunch together to. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, we're going to give them an average of 50,000 views, because I'm not going to try and average all these. A lot of them are at pittance, like 1,000, 5,000, 4,000, 7,000. There's the few oddball spikes, like the 150, and then there's one at 50, and there's a few at 20. Let's be really, really generous. We're going to give them an average of 50,000 views. 50 divided by 1, and it's 161,900. So let's be generous. We're going to round it up to 162. He's at a 30% audience retention rate, if I'm being really, really generous here. 30% of the people who are subscribed to him give a shit about listening to this cocksucker. And again, I think I'm being pretty generous there. That's a dying channel. That's a dying channel. And again, that's what I'm taking into account, those handful of fucking fluke videos on this page here, where it's like, okay, this one has 150,000, the thing about it is, sub numbers don't mean shit. Okay. Your view numbers and your super chat numbers are the things that mean something. People subscribe to channels and then they just forget about it. Usually people have to get pissed off to unsubscribe. Like, his audience retention rate is just, I mean, okay, let's whip out the old calculator once more here. All right. I'm going to round that average down to 10 because I think that's more accurate. Or say 10,000. It's probably a more accurate average. Divided by 162. That puts him at an audience retention rate of 6.17 million fucking numbers. We'll just be generous. 7%. 7% retention rate. That's if I'm, and again, I'm not going to take the time to add all the numbers on that first page and figure out what the average is. So let's say, let's big old wide strip there. Somewhere between 6 and 30% audience retention rate on Mundane Matt's fucking channel. 106, nearly 162,000 subscribers. And your videos are getting like, usually like 4, 5, 6, 7,000 views. Put that in perspective. Before I got fucking showed and half the audience didn't know where the fuck I was streaming, I was getting, what, like 1,000 views on a fucking live stream often? I mean, shit, let's look at mine, okay? Let's look at my fucking channel. I am at 1,500 subscribers. And, okay, so a lot of these are uploads of shit that was streamed. Okay, so a bullshit animated video, and nobody gives a fuck about my animated videos. Disney didn't ruin Star Wars. Star Wars fans ruined Star Wars. 519 views. So let's find the last proper fucking Saturday show. Where are we at here? Okay, so Saturday Night Live birthday blowout from 3/10/18. 1,000 views, 1K views, it says. And when I actually click on it for more exact, 1,008 views. So my Who Gives a Shit streams in the weekdays like this, where they suck, are around 500 views. My my streams, the Saturday stream, that's about 1,000 views. So let's just say I am at, if I'm at 1,000, and then you divide that. That gives me an audience retention rate of 65%. 65% of the people that are subscribed to me actually give a shit about me. To be honest, I think it's a bit higher. So he says, I have no idea. Thanks, I had no idea who he's talking about. Oh, yeah, we're talking about Monday Matt right now. It's just the retention rate of the audience is just so bad with this guy. I mean, what we got here? 36,000 views for his channel. Fucking. I wonder if you guys can hear this. Hang on a second, because I don't have Luke here. So tell me if this sounds awful.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. I'd like to thank you so much for checking out this trailer. Now, if you're unsure about why you should subscribe to the channel, I'm going to fill you in. I'm going to give you a pitch. I'm going to tell you what I do. I'm a full-time YouTube news commentator. My job is to head out there into the wilds of the internet to...
Okay. Again, I don't have this up, and I don't. Hopefully, this doesn't sound like shit because I'm just literally like letting the speaker go to the mic. This is his channel trailer because I'm not subscribed to Monday Matt because I don't eat enough fucking soy. I am a news. How did he put it? How the fuck did he put it?
My job is to head out there into the wilds, give you a pitch. I'm going to tell you what I do. I'm a full-time YouTube news commentator.
Full-time YouTube news commentator. News. He said news. This cocksucker is sitting here with his fucking neatly trimmed soy boy beard, and he's got a faggy-ass fucking Fallout hoodie on. He's got a fucking hoodie on to be on the camera pitching you his site about the fucking news. His channel. It says your number one source for gaming news and pop culture. I mean, yeah, I know I know I have a fucking Bulbasaur cartoon, and yeah, that's a big joke. It's a running gag if you watch the show. It's a running gag making fun of trannies. But I don't know. There's just something about Matt is just so obnoxiously man-child. And it's a pot calling the kettle black, Bechtloff. I guess, but I'm also not. I don't really consider myself a news show. I don't know what the fuck you call my show. If I'm being honest with you, you folks tell me. You're the ones that listen to it. I don't know what the fuck you call this. Okay. I mean, last night we were doing a news story at Chick-fil-A, and I fucking spent 20 minutes just talking about different fucking restaurants I like to go to. All right, so let's hear some more from Monday Matt's pitch.
Job is to head out there into the wilds of the internet to pluck the most interesting, newsworthy stories of the day and talk about them. And they're not all just one subject. I do what I like to call a scattershot of news. I go out there.
I think I just hurt my face from cringing too hard. But please continue, Monday Fat.
Stories that are political, gaming, technology, entertainment, social, you name it, I will talk about it. It's a wide variety of content on this channel to allow you to be exposed to stuff you may not hear anywhere else on this platform. And that's why I love doing what I get to do. I get to go out there and help you
exposed to stuff you may not see on this platform. Are you fucking shitting me? You are talking about like this cocksucker just went on like Yahoo News or BuzzFeed or AP and just picked up a few random fucking oh wow, TJ Miller arrested for fake Amtrak ball. Oh wow. Oh, you're not going to hear about that anywhere else on YouTube. Oh man. Oh, this whore is suing Brazers. Oh, I'm sure cocksuckers aren't talking about that. We're talking about David Hogg. David Hogg. Holy shit. Nobody's talking about fucking David Hogg right now.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
Talking to your friends about what's going on in the world. You know how it is. You're playing. And that's why I love doing what I get to do. I get to go out there and help you kick some serious butt when you're talking to your friends about what's going on in the world. You know how it is. You're playing a game. You're talking to your family. You're at your a coworker's house or whatever, and all of a sudden some story comes up and they tell you something that is not accurate. You're like, I know the truth about this. I learned about this from some guy named Mundane Matt. That's right.
Any one of my friends fucking cites Mundane Matt to try and call me fake news on some shit, I'm gonna punch you in the dick. Like, fuck you. Fuck you. Oh no, Bechtloff, that's fake news. Because it's fucking fat soy boy in a Fallout hoodie told me otherwise. Fuck you, man. Okay. All right.
I am that level of narcissistic when it comes to my job, but no, in all reality, I love what I do. I get to do this every day of the week, and I very much.
Oh, you are narcissistic.
With me, if you'd like to do it, hit that subscribe, check back daily, and Sunday through Thursday, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is when I stream, and we do the Monday Matt Show, which then pre-records the content for the next day. So if you want to get in on that action, watch the stories be performed live. That is the best time to do that. Otherwise, please hit that subscribe, check back all the time, and remember, turn off that pesky ad block.
Well, okay, he did make a little bit of a joke about the pesky ad block. It's a little bit of self-awareness there. Oh, jeez. No, Bechtloff. Monday Matt told me. Fuck you. Oh, jeez. So he says, keep in mind this man reproduced. Did he? I mean, we know his wife did. So he says, shit posting on, I guess people talking about what my show is here. Shit posting on the news with the Bechtloff, geeking out with the Bechtloff, a bullshitting channel, rambling with the Bechtloff. Oh, turn off that pesky ad block there, Bechtloff. Oh, man. We gotta go back and let's listen, since this sounded okay. Let's listen to his original trailer. That's still up. It is. Oh, this one's classic. Let's listen to his original trailer, shall we? Okay, hang on. Sorry. Technical difference. Okay, here we go. Here's Monday Matt. This is when he was originally going to tell us why. Back in 2014, back in those halcyon days of yore. Come on, Matt. Tell us why you should subscribe to my.
My name is Monday Matt, and thank you very much for taking the time to check out my channel. I understand you're new here, and you're probably not too sure what it is exactly that I do. You might have heard about me on Jezebel, where they call me a misogynist, although that's simply not true. You might have heard about me on 4chan, where apparently they refer to me as one of the most red-pilled motherfuckers around.
No matter how many times I hear him say that, it never stops being funny. Monday Matt, one of the most red-pilled motherfuckers around. Nobody called you that, Matt. Least of all motherfuckers on 4chan. One of the most red-pilled motherfuckers around, folks. Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
Or, of course, my name floats around Twitter and Facebook and Tumblr. In fact, if you Google it, you're going to find a wide variety of websites talking about me in a multitude of fashions. So,
is that fucking true, man? Is that fucking so, my friend? I'm not going to Google you. I'm going to Bing you because Google's fucking evil. But let's Bing Monday Matt, shall we? Let's see what the fuck we find. Okay, so we got his Twitter. We got his YouTube. Wikitubia. We got MundaneMatt.com.
60.
We got MundaneMatt.com again. We got Facebook.com/MundaneMatt. We don't have anybody talking about Mundane Matt so far. We just have a bunch of Mundane Matt. Twitch/Mundane Matt. Patreon/Mundane Matt. Page fucking one. And it ain't people talking about Mundane Matt. It's Mundane Matt jerking himself off. More of his Twitter, more of his Facebook. Reddit.com/Mundane Matt. Is that him? I don't know how fucking Reddit works. Here we go. Here we got we got Kiwi Farms. There's somebody talking about you, Matt. Mundane Matt on Tumblr. Mundane Matt on Streamlabs. We got you talking about yourself a whole bunch on here, Matt. We don't got nobody talking about you.
Good, some bad, and some in between. But all that shouldn't matter. What should matter is taking a look at I should say over 1,000 videos currently on my channel that range from video games, movies, politics, feminism, religion, world events, pop culture, you name it, I will probably talk about it. If it's happening in the world and it's popular.
Oh, geez. It's amazing how you were able to talk about so many things and yet say nothing.
I will probably talk about it. Here's a great thing about my channel, though. I upload content daily, sometimes multiple times a day.
Gonna spam fuck you. It's gonna spam fuck your inbox.
Uploading content in a very easily digestible audio format. Then be sure to click that red subscribe button. And because we're on the subject, turn off that pesky ad block.
Turn off that pesky ad block, indeed.
No, it's up to you. Anyway, my name is Mundane Matt. Thank you guys very much for your continued support. If you've already subscribed to the channel, in which case you probably shouldn't be seeing this video. But if you're still on the fence, just know that I'm funny and I'm worth it, and I'll make you smile, at least one way or another. But I'm always available to talk via YouTube comments, email, Twitter, Facebook, and Tumblr. And I'll see you all later. You're on YouTube or anywhere else the internet allows me to embed my own videos. All right, my name is Mundane Matt. Have a good one.
All right. I'm glad we had this talk, Matt. Jeez. Turn off that pesky ad block. All right, so let's go through the chat some, shall we? I want to see if anybody's calling me one of the most red-pilled motherfuckers around. Oh, shit, posting on the news with the Bechtloff. That's right. I'm not sure what that's referring to, but always appreciate it. Keep in mind, this man reproduced. We already discussed that. I'm not 100% on that. Mundane Fat is going to DMCA this. I don't think he will because, I don't think the algorithm's going to catch it. And I'm too small. I don't think he's going to fucking know or care. But I mean, he might. He's a petty cocksucker. But I'm claiming fucking fair use. I'll fight him tooth and nail on that. Oh, that's the other thing. Somebody did a video. Who the hell was it? Oh, I can't remember. I can't remember who the fuck it was. Somebody that's on the Kumite a lot. I'm blanking on the guy's name. But he did a video, Why I Hate Mundane Matt or something. And fucking Mundane Fat got it taken down for bullying. Fuck you, Matt. Fuck you. Fuck you and your wife's son. Somebody says, I'm speechless. Almost as funny as Black Dominatrix forcing subs to read feminist literature as reparations. Yeah, I personally, I'd have to yell out the safe word on that. There's only so much a man can take. Hey, Bechtloff, has your opinion changed on Lupa these past couple weeks? Not really. Why would it? I mean, I don't have any illusions about Lupa. She's, often kind of a snotty bitch, and somebody, Phalis needs to fucking spank her once in a while. I don't know what to tell you. I just think that she's a reasonably funny content creator. I'd absolutely rail the shit out of her. She seems all right. Like the whole thing with Spoon. Here's the thing. I did want to get into this a little bit. Everybody wants to be like, and I saw people in the comment threads on Channel Awesome's response to all this. Everybody wants to get on the Lupa got Spoonie fired. Lupa got Spoonie fired. Oh, it's so terrible. No, she didn't. Not really. Okay. Spoonie got Spoonie fired. Let's put this bullshit to bed that Lupa got fucking Spoonie fired. Now, did Lupa pitch a fucking fit about Spoonie? You know, did she maybe dig up that bullshit joke when it should have been dropped? Sure. And you know what? Everybody should have just told Lupa, calm down. It was just a joke. He said he was sorry. But the reason that didn't happen is because Spoonie made sure nobody could be on his side with his behavior in the course of that nonsense. He kept making it worse. So don't be like, oh, Lupa got Spoonie fired. Bullshit. Yeah, she was being an overly sensitive cunt. Okay, fine. But she wasn't being as big a cunt as Spoonie. All right. Lupa provided Channel Awesome with the excuse to fire Spoonie, is what happened. But no, Spoonie was his own worst enemy in that regard. And honestly, based on how she was let go from the site, it sounds like she was treated like shit. She's not blameless. Like, for instance, the site was mad at her for putting too many mid-rolls in her videos. And I will say, as someone who watched her back when she was on the site, she had way too many goddamn mid-rolls in her videos, all right? She had way too many ads in the middle of those fucking videos. And she didn't even put fucking ad breaks. Like, Linkara used to do, like he'd come out in his faggy Power Ranger outfit and be like, we'll be right back. Like, that's professionalism right there. Lupa's ads would cut her off, like, mid-fucking sentence, and it was annoying as fuck. And when her fans complained, she's like, just watch all the ads up front and then you won't have... Like, no, fuck you, Lupa. Okay? It's... You need to make... I get that you got to make money. That's fine. I don't begrudge you that. But you got to make that as easy on the fans as possible. You know, when you have advertisers, you sort of have two sets of customers with diametrically opposed interests. And you need to balance those interests as best as possible. The customer wants his ad shoved down the fucking viewer's throat. The viewer doesn't want to have to deal with the ad at all, ideally. So you need to try and balance that a little bit. If you want people to turn off that pesky ad block, you got to make it so that, you know, turning off that pesky ad block doesn't make your video almost unwatchable. Somebody says Monday Matt red pill. That's fake news. That is some serious fake fucking news. I'm Mundane Matt. Let's talk about my favorite subject, Mundane Matt. Isn't Mundane Matt great? Mundane Matt is the Jeb Bush of the internet. Much like Jeb Bush, you want to feel sorry for him till you realize what a reprehensible piece of shit he is. Mundane Matt worked a real job in... Has Mundane Matt worked a real job in his life? Because most of these professional YouTuber commentators always ended up never working in anything serious beforehand. Yeah, I can't imagine Mundane Matt's done very much outside of YouTube. I think he worked in a movie theater for a while. Yeah, exactly. What's up? We're hating on Mundane Matt. It was Godwinson. Thank you. Godwinson. Godwinson. Whatever. Yeah, that was the guy. He did good channel. Good channel. I like his videos. So he says, well said, thank you. I'm going to assume that's referring to the Spoonie thing. My name, Matt, reminds me of Gaijin Goomba, sad, fat, and desperate to be what they can never be. You know, that's almost unfair to Gaijin Goomba in the sense that Gaijin Goomba actually makes videos where he has shit to talk about and shit to say. Like, I've found many of Gaijin Goomba's videos interesting. You know, he takes some old game, looks at a lot of the deeper cultural symbolism people might not have been aware of. That said, though, and I've said it numerous times on here, Gaijin Goomba is pretty sad. The way he flipped out over, what was that guy that like made an ass out of himself in Japan and filmed the fucking suicide forest or some shit? Gaijin Goomba was so fucking upset about how they offended glorious Nippon. It's really sad how that guy has no respect for his own culture, but wants to suck fucking Nippon's dick. I mean, it's fine to be fascinated by other cultures and all, but to take no pride in your own heritage, you know, it's sad. Logan Paul. Okay, Logan Paul was the guy that filmed the the suicide in the woods. Let's see. So I got caught up to the chat. But yeah, this nonsense that Lupa got Spoonie fired. No, Spoonie got Spoonie fired. And never let it be said otherwise. Like, I don't have any illusions of Lupa. I mean, Lupa's a bit of a brat at times, and she needs a spanking. And I'd be very happy to apply that to her. Bechtloff, what are your favorite and least favorite gaming / pop culture YouTubers? I'm curious. Who do I watch on gaming? I like Some Call Me Johnny a lot. I like his reviews. I like Ant Dude a lot. That's more just because he covers a lot of games that I don't think get enough coverage, and he covers them very well. I like Kirby games. I don't think get enough coverage, and he's a huge Kirby fanboy. I like his videos. Obviously, AVGN is my all-time favorite. Pat the NES Punk. I enjoy his little podcast snippets. Who the fuck else? I don't even know, man. I mean, those are the main gaming channels I watch. There's not really any comic book channels I watch. Shit, who the fuck else am I even subscribed to? Let me take a look. Game versus Game is another gaming channel I recently discovered, and Console Wars is pretty good. Gaming Historian, I really like his stuff. Stop Skeletons from Fighting, that's another one I subscribe to. I check them out pretty regularly. Let's see, what else, man? Oh, JonTron. Oh, I love JonTron. Going through my actual subscriptions here. Ton of stuff I really never check out. I should probably just clear out. Yeah, I should really clear a lot of this shit out. A lot of this I do not watch at all. Yeah, that's probably it for like really gaming channels. Razor Fist, I guess we count Razor Fist. Yeah, but that's probably it for actual gaming channels. As for least favorite, I mean, like, I don't know, guys like Movie Bob or Jim Sterling, shit like that. That absolute fucking leftist cancer. Bechtloff, are there European comics or is it mostly an American thing? I know Marvel had its own line of comics that it specifically published in the UK. Beyond that, I don't know a great deal about the comic scene in Europe. Landshark, do you think Landshark? Yeah. Do you think we'll get a Mr. Medicare on the alt-right after the Black Alaska fiasco? I don't know. Mike Matai guy seems to be doing a lion's share of Cinemassacre's content lately. I know he does a lot of the Let's Plays they do. Let's see what else we got. Bechtloff, what's your opinion on the 2000 AD comic series? I haven't really read a great deal of that. I mean, I read some of the Judge Dredd stuff that I guess was published in there, but that's about it. Comic scene in Europe, I bet it looks a lot like Blacked LMAO. Pardon me. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I don't know if it looks a lot like Black, but couldn't really tell you. I don't even read many comics anymore, but I still got a stack up there I gotta fucking go through. I picked up the first 2 issues of the Pumpkinhead comic over at Dynamite, based on that horror movie. What the hell else? There's a issue 2 of the G.I. Joe $6 Million Man miniseries. I don't really read any Marvel comics except Venom and Scarlet Spider. What else do I got up there? A bunch of shit. Like there's that Ghostbusters miniseries I'm checking out. Bunch of other crap up there. I gotta go through and read. I'm a little behind on them. France spends tons of government money to make French language entertainment. I wasn't aware of that. I mean, I couldn't really tell you. I'm not that, I don't have a great deal of knowledge about what's going on in Europe other than Muslims are burning it to the ground. Empty Hero is an underrated gaming channel. Oh, yeah. I do like his stuff. His videos are funny as shit. Let's see. Just anything going on in the Discord here. Checking out my Discord, see what's going on there. Nothing. I posted the video in there, but that seems to be the most recent thing. Oh, baby. Very unprofessional, sitting here yawning. I'm so boring that even I'm falling asleep in the middle of my stream. Who did that Pinochet fucking Bulbasaur thing? That was fantastic. Pardon me. Mobius was a great artist, though. Yeah, I've only seen a little bit of his stuff, but it was pretty good. Bechtloff, what do you call Leslie Jones in taking a shower? Gorillas in the Mist. Somebody says mundane Bechtloff. Not yet, not as boring as mundane Matt. Well, I mean, I can't be that boring. Regarding CA, no sympathy for me. Oh, Channel Awesome. They stuck with CA despite all the abuse because they thought they would be famous. Now they come forward. Fuck them. I don't necessarily sit here and feel bad for any of them. Okay. Bunnell, Bechtloff, yeah. I should do like a parody fucking of Monday Matt shit under the name Bunnell Bechtloff. That'd be fucking fantastic, actually. But yeah, see, I don't look at that and think like, oh, we should feel bad for him. Some of them I can feel bad because I mean, you get some naive 19-year-old who, he looked up to these people. Like later in the run of that site, he looked up to these people. He wanted so desperately to be in with them, and then he gets in and they take advantage of him. I mean, you wouldn't be blameless in that situation, but I can feel bad for you. But a lot of them, like, I don't feel fucking bad for Lupa. Okay. Like, yeah, it kind of sucked how they treated her towards the end, but you were a bit of a drama queen throughout it. And somebody needed to talk to you about the fucking mid-roll, sweetie. And you're doing fine for yourself. You got your Patreon, you got your channel, you're doing all right. I certainly don't feel bad for Lindsay. Lindsay is, and the thing she bitches about in there is some sort of joke into Boldly Flee and how it made her feel uncomfortable. And it was one of the few funny jokes in that fucking shit show of a movie. So yeah, I certainly don't feel bad for Lindsay. I mean, she's garbage. She's bad. She should feel bad, and all the bad things in life should happen to her. So yeah, it's not a question of feeling bad. It's not a question of, there's no good guys in it. It's what it's a question of. Bechtloff, are you a Goron? No, I'm not. Google that Pina Loca looks good. Yeah, dude, that thing's fucking fantastic. I think I'm gonna try and make that. I might Google it myself here just to see a picture of it. Okay, when I'm looking at it on Bing, they mostly got the dessert versions of it, it looks like, where it's stuffed with like other kinds of fruit. But the one I had actually, pardon me, coughing up a storm here, very, very unprofessional. The one I had was in this like spicy pepper pineapple sauce, and it had like bits of chicken, bits of beef, bits of peppers and onions, and even bits of pineapple, all diced up and cooked in it. It was fantastic. What is somebody sending me here? Aztec Pina Loca. Okay. Oh, there it is. Oh man, I wish I could throw that up. That is the exact thing. Oh, dude. I guess that Aztec place is an actual chain. Plaza Aztec. Yeah, I guess that is an actual chain. I didn't think it was a chain. Yeah, there it is. Oh, that's so fucking good. I wish I had Luke here to throw up a picture of it. It's just absolute food porn. Let's see. What is your favorite Zelda race? I'm trying to get you to gush about Zelda. I don't know. Favorite Zelda race? I don't know that I necessarily have a favorite race. I don't know. Maybe the desert lesbians, because giggity. Yeah, I don't necessarily know if I have a favorite race. Like favorite Zelda game. Right now, it's probably Breath of the Wild. You'd have to let me actually complete it and let my thoughts on that kind of settle down. So putting that aside, I mean, if I'm enjoying a game, then and I'm playing it currently, then it's currently my favorite game. A lot of times, you got to like let me digest it and all to get a really solid opinion on it. I haven't played all the Zelda games by any stretch, and I certainly haven't beaten them all. In fact, the only ones I think I've beaten, the first one, the original NES, Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, and A Link Between Worlds, I believe, are the only ones I've actually completed. And it's not that many other ones I've even played. Like the other ones that I've played are like Zelda 2, Link's Awakening, which I ended up getting caught up in some other game. I started playing Link's Awakening like last year or 2 years ago, and I ended up getting caught up in other games and just haven't dived back into it yet. And I completed Minish Cap too. Link's Awakening, I've played. Hyrule Warriors. Actually, that one I completed. Shit. What else have I played? I played barely any of Majora's Mask. I only like started that. What the hell else? I played a little bit of Twilight Princess. When I first got my Wii, and I didn't care for it. I was basically like, this just feels like a lamer version of, I don't know. Like, it felt like a lamer version of Ocarina of Time to me. And I mean, bear in mind, I got like almost nowhere in it. Minish Cap is one of the better ones. It's just incredibly charming, and it's Link Between Worlds is really good. Link to the Past obviously is good. Ocarina of Time really good. The original, I think, still holds up pretty well. And I don't have like nostalgia for, let's say, Link to the Past, for example. I didn't have a Super Nintendo as a kid. I didn't have a Super Nintendo as a kid, and I don't think I almost played. I don't remember even playing any of Link to the Past at a friend's house. Like I remember playing games like Mario World and other Super Nintendo games at a friend's house, like Turtles in Time, shit like that. But I never played Link to the Past. I think it was like 06 or 07 when I played through Link to the Past for the first time. That was 06, I think, is when I got a Super Nintendo for the first time I ever owned a Super Nintendo. And I still love Link to the Past. And I don't, like I said, I don't have nostalgia for it. I mean, I guess nostalgia of 10 years ago when I first played it, but not like when I was a kid nostalgia. I mean, I have nostalgia for Zelda 2, and Zelda 2 is rough. because I had an NES as a kid, and then I had a Sega Genesis. Link's Awakening is good, but it has some annoying problems. It really does. Like putting the shield on the B button and stuff like that. There's just some control issues with that game. Somebody says, what is it about second installments and franchises going in completely different directions? Mario, Zelda, Castlevania. We got to remember back then, I mean, they weren't, back then they wanted to switch things up. They didn't have established formulas at the time, And I mean, technically, the original version of Mario 2 in Japan was way too fucking similar. I mean, all they did was just crank the difficulty dial up to an obnoxious level. And obviously the American Mario 2 started as a completely different game. I like it, though. It's really good. The shield isn't that big of a deal, to be honest. I actually like being able to actively use the shield. I was confused when I played Link to the Past. I don't know. In 2D Zelda games, I pretty much think that whatever, the shield should just be, as long as you don't have your sword out, your shield is up in front of you. Let's see. The problem with Link's Awakening is, wow, this rock looks pretty heavy. That's another annoying thing. Like, okay, so you get the item that lets you pick up rocks, right? Well, I don't know. Like, some of this shit can just be like permanent upgrades to you, and it doesn't have to be a weapon you use. You shouldn't have to select it and then use it. Anyone here play Shadowrun? Kind of cool premise, fantasy races and magic mixed with dystopian cyberpunk on Earth. Yeah, that's one of those where it's like Lord of the Rings, Dungeons and Dragons style races, but then fast forward it to a modern day kind of thing. That movie Bright with Will Smith supposedly did that, which I've been meaning to see. I thought it looked good. I know like Lindsay Ellis bitched about it, but fuck her. Let's see. We got. How long have I been going on? About an hour. I might wrap this up here soon. I still have some fond memories of Spoonie. He turned me on to some good games and movies. Too bad about what he turned into. Bechtloff, do you think the Zelda franchise needs to do some games outside the Zelda Ganon formula? I don't know. I mean, Link's Awakening, a lot of people enjoyed it. But to be honest, I can't. Majora's Mask, a lot of people enjoyed it. I don't know. I don't really know what you do with it. I would like to see more Zelda games that are actual direct sequels to previous games. Like, it would be interesting to see a Link that is actually an established hero by the time you get to him. Pardon me. I'm coughing up a storm here, folks. I apologize. Bechtloff Bright was weird. I wasn't sure if elves were a metaphor for Jews. It's not a joke either. I still want to check it out. I mean, I have Netflix. It's free for me to watch it. I just got to get around to actually fucking doing it. Bechtloff ever play Shadow of the Colossus? I have not. I didn't play that yet. I didn't even hear about it until a few years ago, to be honest. Let's see. Kind of tired of every game basically being a reboot. Well, sort of. I mean, you're well, they say reincarnation of previous characters, but then there's also bits in the Zelda canon that make that not true. Like, I think it's is it Twilight Princess where you get trained in how to use the sword by basically the ghost of the Link from Ocarina of Time. So if you're looking at his ghost, then that means you're obviously not his reincarnation. you're a completely different soul. So I don't. I guess the links throughout this are just ancestors that are very similar to each other. Let's see. Probably gonna wrap this up here soon. Then get to bed. I gotta get to bed. It's almost midnight. Bechtloff, did you hear the original Spyro trilogy is getting a remake, like Crash Bandicoot did? That's good because I mean, Spyro games were good. I don't think Crash Bandicoot's games were that good. I think the only Zelda sequels we have is Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and the Oracle games. I'm pretty sure those have the same links. I believe the link in Link's Awakening is the same one from Link to the Past. I mean, the only truly solid sequel we have is Majora's Mask. Oh, Zelda 2, yeah. They're oh shit. Somebody says, too bad that old platformers died off. Bechtloff platformers and RPGs are the bomb. Well, no, platformers are seeing quite the resurgence here lately. I mean, you got games like Cuphead, run and gun platformer. You got like games like Shantae, which are really good platformers. Obviously, Mario has the new Super Mario series, back to basics, 2D platforming. Sonic Mania bringing the series back to when it was good. Shovel Knight, I can't recommend enough. I mean, if you like platformers, there are some solid platformers out there. RPGs, I don't really know. I'm not a huge RPG guy, but I'm sure there are good ones out there. Somebody says, I dropped an image into Discord. I can take a look. What is this? The elf is using the orc and the troll as muscle against you. It's like an old. It's one of those old racial cartoons, but they changed Jew to elf and shit. That's funny. So he says it would be kind of cool to play as Ganon. You could do that in Hyrule Warriors, and obviously Smash Brothers. You can do that in. One of the animated videos I want to get around to doing, but I got to try and actually scan pages for Luke so he can do it, and I don't have a good scanner right now. But I want to do a comparison of. I have the Link to the Past manga. You know, they've made mangas based off of a bunch of Zelda games, and a bunch of them translated here in the States. And I have the trade paperback that reprints the Link to the Past comic from the old Nintendo Power. So I'd like to actually do a compare and contrast between those two adaptations of Link to the Past. That would probably make a good animated video to do. One of the things I was thinking of doing, and again, there's stuff I'd like to do with actual videos, but I suck at making videos, guys. That's why I come on here and I just live stream. Like I don't know how to fucking make videos. I suck at editing shit. I suck at putting it together. I mean, the only reason I can do these animated videos for you is because Luke does the fucking heavy lifting of it. I just get on the mic and ramble my dumb who gives a fuck thoughts on something for 5 minutes, and Luke does all the work. But I have ideas for stuff I'd like to do. Like I actually wanted to do a whole series called Gamers Bookshelf, where literally I just look at gaming related books. Because it's just, like do a review of Pat the NES Punk's Big NES Guide, which is fantastic. Review some of them, like the Mega Man comics that Archie did, and the Sonic the Hedgehog comics that Archie did, and like the crossover between the two, that both of them, both crossovers. Review, like the Darkstalkers comic over at Uden, or the Zelda mangas. I said Mega Man mangas. Review like the old Tomb Raider comic over at Top Cow. And then books on gaming, like Console Wars. I've wanted to do a review of that Console Wars book for a while. It's just stuff like that. Somebody says, which third-party characters do you think will be in the new Smash Brothers? Well, I hope we get to see Mega Man, Sonic, and Pac-Man return again. That would be fantastic, because it's just really, really cool to have Mega Man, Sonic, Pac-Man, and Mario in the same game. I mean, those are 4 huge icons from cartridge-era gaming, from 4 companies, respectively. And so I hope that they return. I would love to see Bomberman in these games. It's almost shocking that he hasn't been in them yet. So yeah, Bomberman would be great. There's a few characters I would absolutely adore, but are obvious long shots because their franchises are basically dead, like Vector Man or Rocket Knight or Earthworm Jim. But obviously none of those are very likely. As for what I think will be in there, probably Mega Man, Pac-Man, and Sonic. I don't think Sonic's going anywhere in that series. Beyond that, I don't know. I mean, there's plenty of ones that surprise the hell out of me. I didn't think we'd get Ryu, Cloud, or Bayonetta in those series. So who knows? But Bomberman would be fantastic to put in there. I'd love to see Bomberman in there. Somebody says, Bechtloff, you and your mates need to do a D&D campaign. I would love to do that. In fact, I have actually, if I'm the DM, I have a pretty good scenario too that I think will be, given how I know guys like Davis, for example, will play. I think it will be very challenging for him, in a very good way. Travis touchdown would be cool. I don't know who that is, actually. I don't know if that's from a sports game or something. Yeah, I don't know. Cubert would be kind of cool in Smash Brothers. He doesn't have any arms though, so I don't know. That might make his moveset kind of limited. But yeah, I could go for Cubert in one of those games. Let's see. From the No More Heroes game. I don't believe I played that. There needs to be a Nintendo World RPG where you roam around worlds based on Nintendo franchises as you start as Mario, recruit Link, Samus, DK, Mega Man, etc. That'd be kind of cool. Sort of a Smash Brothers RPG. I could get into that. Let me, I have a, okay, so what is, sorry, I'm thinking out loud here. I had a folder where I threw together a bunch of classic game characters because there's this like RetroPie arcade cabinet I want to make, and it's this little like, it's not big. It's only like 6 inches across and 4 wide. But it's basically you get a RetroPie with a bunch of classic games in this tiny little arcade cabinet that becomes this plug and play full of all these games. And I was thinking of building that because there's like a cool do-it-yourself guide on how to do it. And one of the things I was going to do was I was going to get some art commissioned for the face of it, and it's just a question of having both the money and the time simultaneously. But I put together a list. And I threw together a little folder here where I had a bunch of classic game characters I wanted, and like a little montage on the cover. That's why I was looking at it, see if there was anything in here that I hadn't thought of for Smash. But most of these are Nintendo characters anyways, or they are in Smash. I guess it'd be cool if like Tails and Knuckles made their way in alongside Sonic. I mean, I'd rather play as Knuckles, to be honest. And then, if you want to be fair, maybe bring in like, I don't know, Proto Man and Base from Mega Man, shit like that. If you want to bring in another, I don't know, Rystar from a, another non-Nintendo franchise. Let's see. Check those chats real quick, and then probably. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go wrap this up then. All right, folks. If you enjoy the show, my dumbass ramblings in the middle of the night, go ahead and hit that like button, and make sure you turn off that pesky super chat and hit that subscribe button. God, fuck you, Mundane Matt. You fucking shill. Fucking soulless shill. Jeez. Turn off that pesky ad block. Yeah, go ahead and hit that Patreon. Go ahead and hit that fucking PayPal, folks, and that Amazon wish list. Because I'm one of the most red-pilled motherfuckers around. But no, seriously, if you enjoy the show, I would appreciate your support. That'd be fantastic. And that's probably all I got for tonight, folks. I want to thank you all for listening. And